So for this video we are taking on the throne room of Castle Wayrest on Master difficulty. And we're going to go ahead and utilize a control deck in this matchup, largely because the opponent, King Barinia, I never pronounce this right, basically all of his cards have prophecy. So it says be cautious when attacking His Majesty. Yeah, literally everything is prophecy, and it's not like they're prophecy cards, it's just that anything in his deck has prophecy. And the support card is indestructible, so it's not like you can just blow this up and then work around it. You kind of just have to play it like a normal match and bleed him out, which is exactly what we're going to try to do here. So we're not going to be aggressive, we're going to try to not give him runes, and we're going to play just a control style matchup with the hope that we can, as an end result, let's get rid of that, and we're actually going to get rid of this. So even though we're going to take more damage here, we don't want this to trade here, we want to try to trade into the 3-3. Oh, he does it for us. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, we still can't javelin that, so let's go ahead and dig. Not bad.
There's a plan.
That was probably a sequencing error. Could have gained 1 life.
Confound you.
Yeah, we'll take it. So the plus side to at least the version that I'm running, see, that 1 life mattered. Though we wouldn't have got this guy if we had 1 more life. So the plus side to running the version that I've got shown on the screen is that it has a fair number of prophecies, more so than your standard control monk list would. Yeah, I think we just get rid of that before we have to deal with it. Let's go ahead and take that out. Again, no reason to attack. We don't want to give him prophecies yet. We want to establish a quality board, bleed him out, and then go from there. So we're just going to play defensive.
Tighten the ranks.
You can't escape.
Alright, so we have this to deal with that. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. And see what it draws us. That's beautiful. It's a beautiful addition to our hand. Just put this one over here. Shackle there.
By the 8th, they will meet their maker.
Again, we're just kind of playing the control game, kind of trying to bleed him out. Alright, so we do have Baroness and Dawn's Wrath available next turn. Be nice if we could destroy something with our Dawnbreaker, but I don't think that's in the cards for us today. So instead, we're going to go ahead and pop that and get rid of it, and then unless he has something else, this doesn't immediately trade, so further helps us kind of work on our board control. Beyond just the list I'm running, if you were looking to maybe play a more potentially targeted list, I would say you could consider upping the amount of executes, maybe even running Arrow Storm, just given the sheer number of two attack minions that the king runs here. I mean, obviously Dawn's Wrath clears for us. It's actually semi-tempting to smack him to see if the prophecy would get placed over here, and then we could Dawn's Wrath it, but the other option that we have is Baroness, or we could Illusionist, pop a ward, and then a Werebat. I think it's Baroness.
Let's go.
I think we just Baroness over here. So in all likelihood, he's probably going to double trade in over there on the right.
By the 8th, they will meet their makers.
was kind of hoping he would continue to lane stack, but sadly did not. Let's go ahead and hide defender over there. Let's Astrid as well. And I think I'll save this to be reactionary, so let's go ahead and Werebat as well. Let's just go ahead and load up there. Alright, so the Werebat dies. So one of the other things you have to consider is that the AI's deck is significantly smaller. So even if we just go back and forth here forever, if we never really bleed him out, and we're just doing these one-for-one trades, it's not the end of the world. He'll run out of cards before we will, for sure. See, I like where we're at here.
A little distraction might prove.
So let's do this, because that'll give us a contract. And let's go ahead and pop the ward.
If I fall,
Drop that there.
will reclaim me.
Tighten the ranks.
I see you're in need of my wisdom.
Again, not really a huge deal for us. Let's just go ahead and Manticore that one. We'll do that and call it.
Sacred words of Valor.
A couple of different ways we could handle this, but I feel like
The void awaits you.
let's take this train. We don't want our illusionist to die when this eventually blows up, so let's go ahead and do this. Just because at a minimum that means we can deal with that later. And let's play a Werebat too. We're gonna hold down the shadow lane and kind of force him over here, I guess. Oh, he really likes blowing up our Werebats, huh? Alright, we're fine with that. At this point, like, the more he cycles through, the better it is for us.
Fires of Oblivion.
I mean, I know we could Dawn's Wrath that, but
There's a plan.
there's actually not even really a need right now. At this point, I don't think I fear... Well, it is 11 damage. He's just running out of gas here, but... 11 damage is actually... Well, 10 damage. Don't pay attention to my math, gang. 10 damage, 11 damage. In my head, I was saying going to 11, because we would take 10 and go to 11, but somehow that turned out to my mouth saying 11 damage. So, let's just go ahead and pretend that that didn't happen. Alright, all these Winter's Grasps. We're okay with the 3 damage, though. We're not going to Dawn's Wrath for that.
I have you.
Not when we got Odovin coming our way. So he's down to...
Your storm is no match for mine.
Let's go ahead and do that. 11 cards.
Behold my
Alright, let's start getting him on the cusp. With Odovin here, unless he does something drastic, we're likely going to make a push. Or he can Ice Storm, that's fine too. Sure. Again, like, we could hit him in the face, but at this point there's almost not even a reason to. Odovin would give him, like, 2 cards worth of presence right on the board, whereas right now we can just sit here and do nothing, and we'll still win. So, when you recognize that you have inevitability, you're fine with just holding out. We're going to hold on to Anasi just in case he does play something else with Ward. And then we can steal it.
Anasi finds it useful to use her enemy's
Let's steal the Ward. And then execute it. We'll wait. It's down to 6. A little bit of lag there, that's weird. We'll go ahead, probably Manticore that, and then we'll consider pushing in, because now that he's going to be low enough. Alright, so next turn, if he unless he does something drastic here, we'll push in. He's low enough now that if we pop these, it doesn't matter, he'll like draw out of cards that much faster, so... let's go ahead and give him 2 cards. Because we got plenty of ways to respond now.
By the 8th, they will meet their makers.
So he got a Daggerfall and a Sage.
Their time grows short.
Not really worried about either one of those. So down to 3 cards. So he's gonna get 2 more. Again, we're at a high enough health plus the Dawn's Wrath that even if we just let him fill the lane and then blow up our side, we're just gonna win. So there's really no reason for us to not do this. Because at this point he has now 0 cards, and if you're not familiar with how fatigue works in this, when he goes to draw, it would, if he can't draw, break his next rune, and if you have no runes to break, then you just lose. So we can literally just pass the turn here. But where's the fun in that, right? Let's just go ahead and do some shenanigans. But then once we pass the turn, you'll see that we have it locked in. And there you go. So if you're having trouble beating the guy because of all of his prophecies, just don't give him prophecies. Just wait around, wait around. His smaller deck size means you have inevitability, and that's that.